Morning, students. Last class we have seen law of conservation of momentum or conservation of momentum. Definition and proof we have seen. Ultimately, system linear momentum or momentum is always constant. Clear? So we have seen what was the derivation yesterday? P final is equal to P initial or P initial is equal to P final. Final momentum is equal to initial momentum or initial momentum is equal to final momentum. Next one. Equilibrium of particle. This is very important to solve the problems. Equilibrium of particles. Okay, equilibrium of particles means equilibrium of particles in mechanics refers to the situation where the net external force on the particle is zero. Okay, take one particle. Okay, it's particle object. Okay, how do we take body? Suppose in this discussion, suppose take actually this point mass particle, it's depend on the dimensions. Clear? The dimensions and its displacements. Clear? Already we have seen motion in straight line. Okay? Particle point mass. Clear? Displacement, if the dimensions of the body is very much small when compared to displacement, there we take it as a point mass. Clear? Or point object. Not point mass, it is a point object. So like that. Here also you take one particle. There are many forces acting. There is a F1, like another force acting in this direction F2, another one acting like this F3. Simply I am explaining. Clear? If this particle, if how many forces are acting? 3 forces are acting. If net force, effect of all 3 is equal to 0, then this point said to be in equilibrium. Okay? Clear? According to first law, what? Until unless force acts. If F net is 0 means what? No force is acting. Clear? Effect of force is 0 means additional force was not there. Then according to first law, what do you say? What do we say? It continues its state. If it is at rest, it always be in rest. If it is moves with constant velocity, it moves constant velocity. Right? Same situation here. So net external force is 0, body is said to be in equilibrium. Okay? Don't confine to rest. It is in equilibrium, that's all. Net force is 0. Particle said to be in equilibrium. Suppose take 2 forces is acting. Like this is a particle. Force F1 acting like this. And another force, this is F1. This is F2 acting like this. If body is at rest, 2 forces are acting. Even though body is not moving, what does it mean? This F1 and F2 are equal, but they are in opposite direction. In this case, what happened? F net is 0. When 2 forces are acting on the body is at rest. That means the 2 forces are equal in magnitude, but opposite in direction. Clear? So this is okay. Suppose three forces are acting. Excuse me. Three forces are acting like this. This is F1 and this is F2 and this is F3. Clear? Now this particle is at rest, not moving. What does that mean? Net force, the effect of all three is 0. Then how do we calculate this? So we will calculate first effect of these two. Effect of these two always, the resultant of two vector always lies between two vectors only. So this is the effect of 1 and 2. Now F3 balances with effect of 1 and 2. These two are in opposite direction and the effect F12 is the effect of 1 and 2 and this F12 magnitude is equal to F3. Why I am saying? Because this is at rest. At rest means what? No force is at net external force is 0. There are three forces. Three forces I made it into two. Effect of 1 and 2 I consider as a one force. This F12 is balancing F3, equal in magnitude and opposite in direction. Suppose if one is more, suppose F3 is, let us say F3 is greater than F12. What will happen? Body will move in this direction. Suppose F12 is greater than F3, then what happens? Body moves F12 direction. But in our assumption, body is at rest. What does that mean? These two magnitudes are equal, but they are in what's their direction? They are opposite to each other. Clear? Then how do we find this net force? Suppose if you know the theta, what is the F12 formula? F12 is equal to under root of F1 square plus F2 square plus 2 F1 F2 cos theta. That is the resultant formula. Okay? So in the numericals, they will provide F2 value, F1 value, F3 and theta. Don't worry about it. How to calculate. How do you come to know this F1, F2, F2 values? They will provide in the question. So you don't worry. Okay? Next, to solve this kind of, if number of forces are acting on your body, then how do we solve this? So for that, we follow the free body diagram. That we call it as a FBD. FBD means free body diagram. Free body diagram means suppose if you take an object, this is M. One force is acting like this, F1. Another force is acting like this, F2. Another force is acting like this. This is, let us say, theta with horizontal, F3. Then how do we calculate? Based on the question, suppose they may ask what is the acceleration of the body or what is the displacement of the body, whatever may be. So first we need to find net force on this body. Then how do we find? So one is acting along x direction, y direction, another is along x direction, another one is, if you see, it is not exactly x, not exactly y. To solve this, to find the net external force, this body we will consider as a point mass. We will take it as a dot. Okay? And we will draw. What are the forces acting on this body? Same forces we will draw on this point. So we will, first one, F2 is acting exactly up. Okay. And F1 is acting along x direction. So this is along x direction. This is F1. Next F3 acting like this. Clear? So theta, it is acting along, theta is angle with x axis, nothing but with this direction, right? F3. See. So for this we have drawn diagram like this. This is called free body diagram. After that, what we will do? Then all the forces we will make it x and y direction. Okay, so already F2 y direction, F1 x direction, F3 we will resolve. Okay, how do we resolve? You know the resolving concept, resolving of vectors, resolution of vector. Theta subtended side cos theta, so this will be F3, and next this free body diagram will be resolved, will be minimized, or will be drawn. This is actual what we are, based on the question we have drawn the free body diagram. Then according to question, how to solve this problem, how to write the equations. So this is point mass, this is already F1, am I correct or not? And this is F2, right? Now F3, it is not acting exactly x, exactly y. So this I resolve it. Resolve this along x direction. What will happen? Theta subtended side, F3 cos theta. Other side, this is F3 sin theta. Okay. Now, what are the forces acting along y direction? F2, F3 sin theta. But F2 acts up, F3 sin theta down. What are the forces acting along x direction? F1 and F3 cos theta. So these forces, first we have drawn like this, and after that, if forces are acting x and y direction, that we do not touch. Forces which are not acting along x and y directions, that we resolve into x and directions, and based on the question, we will solve the problem. So drawing the force in this form, we call it as a FBD, free body diagram. So once you know how to draw the free body diagram, then it is easy to solve problems. Clear? Now we will try to solve example problem. Okay, or before that the question is given. Okay, no problem. We will solve direct example problem. So example problem. See the figure. A mass of 6 kg is suspended by a rope of length 2 meter from the ceiling. A force of 50 Newton in the horizontal direction is applied at the midpoint P of the rope. As shown. What is the angle? What is the angle that the rope makes with the vertical in equilibrium? Take G is equal to 10 meter per second square. Neglecting mass of the rope. I am drawing the given figure. Actually, this is the first situation. An object suspended with a string or rope. Mass M. Clear? So when we suspend the object or body by means of string, what will happen? Which first concentrate? What are the forces acting on this? Which force acts on M? Gravity force. That gravitational force, how do we write? M into G. So once gravitational force acts on this body, immediately tension will develop in the string. That is T. So if you suspend any object, how the string comes? It will be tight. The tightness is nothing but what? Tension in the string. If you remove this object, how the string will become? It will slack. It is loose. Okay? It will not become straight. Right? As soon as when we suspend object, an object gravity force acts that pulls down. Due to this pull, tension will develop in the string. This tension is always acts towards the rigid support, not downwards. Okay? Tension is always acts towards rigid support. So how do you say, sir, these two are acting opposite direction? According to Newton's third law, action and reaction. Once mg acts, automatically tension develops. Clear? So these two are opposite in direction and they are equal also. P is equal to mg. How do I say? Reason, is body falling down? No. Is body going up? No. It is at rest. At rest means, what was the previous explanation? A net external force is 0. Net external force is 0, body at rest. Means it is in equilibrium. So I can write T is a vector. So T plus mg is equal to 0. Right? But if you take T is positive direction, upwards, downward directions are negative. This we can write T minus mg is equal to 0. So T is equal to mg. According to previous concept I said, this is vector form. F1 plus F2 is equal to 0. Understand? This is simply vector form I have written. This addition, this is in the formula. Okay, don't add direct addition. We need to take vector form. Right? It is like go back vectors. What is that? R is equal to A plus B. Okay, why did I write 0 here? According to equilibrium statement, net force is 0. How many forces are acting? Two forces. One force is T, another force is mg. Right? So if you follow this one, R is equal to A plus B. What is this formula? Under root of A square plus B square plus 2AB cos theta. Am I correct? Similarly, how do you write this? This will be resultant. How do you write? A is, I am writing, A is if you take its tension, so T square, B is what? mg square plus T, mg. What is the angle between tension and mg? Tension is acting up, mg acting down. What is the angle between them? 180. Cos 180. So this is under root of T square plus mg whole square plus cos 180 minus 1 T mg. 2 missed. 2. Right? This is under root of A square plus B square minus 2AB. This I can write T minus mg whole square. Square and root cancel. So T minus mg is the resultant. So body at equilibrium, this will be 0. So T minus mg is equal to 0. Then T is equal to mg. So to write this equation directly, what was the story? This is the story. Okay? So very simple, whenever two forces or two vectors acting opposite direction, we can write, suppose A and B, A minus B is equal to 0. If body at rest, clear? So if body do not move, when two forces are acting opposite each other, then we can write like this statement. Okay? These are all not required. For understand, I have given. Clear? So this is vector form, resultant of two vector form, like this. R is equal to A plus B. Here I written 0. Reason, body at rest. T plus mg is equal to 0. I know in the figure we know the direction, so we can write T minus mg is equal to 0 directly. T is equal to mg. If to understand this, I follow the resultant formula. That also, this calculation also give the same, right? So I am keeping only this statement. T is equal to mg. Right? Now, next what did they do? A force of 50 Newton is horizontal direction is applied to the midpoint of the rope. So for this next figure, what happens if I apply the force? At the midpoint they are applying force F like this. What happens? This will come like this. Am I correct or not? Clear? So this is F applied force. How many newtons? 50 Newton. What they are asking? What is the angle the rope makes with the vertical? Clear? They are asking. This angle. Okay. So all we will write. 50 Newton applied. Next 6 kg. Mass is equal to this M. M is equal to 6 kg. G asking us to take 10 meter per second square. Okay, then what to do? See, when it's straight, no problem. Tension acts upwards. In this case, by applying the force, in the wire, tension will act like this. This is T1, and tension acts T2 before this. Okay, T1. Tension is acting upwards, so now weight is acting downwards. Clear? Due to this, tension will develop, that will act upwards. T2. Clear? And to encounter this, T2 acts downwards. Clear? Okay, not according, they given in the textbook, they did theta with the vertical, they taken at this point, not here. Of course, both will be same only. Clear? Alternate. Okay, now come to free body diagram. How to solve this problem? Okay, this figure I am removing. See, this is the center point. Now I am taking free body diagram for this object. FBD according to FBD of mass. What are the forces are acting on this M? T2 act upwards. T1 acts, mg acts downwards. Is mass moving, going up or moving down? Neither going up nor down. So, what does it mean? T2 is equal to, or T2 minus mg is equal to 0. T2 is equal to mg. Then T2. What is m value? 6. What is g value? 10. 60 newtons. This is over. Sir, what is the relation? Why do you calculate this T2? Then how it helps to find the theta? That you may have a question. Clear? That we will see in the next. Next, I am taking free body, let us say point A. Point A free body diagram. See here I am doing. For free body diagram for point A. What are the forces acting? One force is acting horizontally, that is 50 Newton. Tension is acting T1 like this and T2 like this. Clear? See, imagine x-axis and y-axis. Just F1 exactly acting x-axis. T2 acting exactly y direction, T1 only not acting. So this we will make it two components. Like F3. What is the angle given? Theta with y axis. Then along the y direction, what is the component? Along this This will be T1 cos theta. What is along x direction? T1 sin theta.
Right? Now T1 we resolve. T1 cos theta, T1 sin theta.
Is this point is moving? No. According to question,
The total system is in equilibrium.
what does it mean? Along x direction. X direction. What are the forces acting along x direction? Positive is F. Negative is T1 sin theta. Is this point is moving? No. So is equal to 0. Next, along y direction. Along y direction. T1 cos theta acting up, take it positive. T1 cos theta minus T2 is equal to 0 because this point is not moving up and down or horizontal. It is at rest. That's why I equal to 0. Okay? Understand? So F is equal to, from this equation, T1 sin theta, T2 is equal to T1 cos theta. F is equal to T1 cos theta from this equation. T2 is equal to T1 cos theta from this equation. Right? Now you take this equation 1, equation 2.
What they are asking theta.
Then what I am doing is 1 by 2 I am doing. What do you get? T1 sin theta by T1 cos theta is equal to F by T. T1 cancel. Sin by cos tan theta. What is F value? 50. What is T2 value? 60. 0 cancel. 5 by 6. How do you write this? Theta is equal to tan inverse of 5 by 6. This is the answer. Let me check. Yeah, tan inverse of 5 by 6. This is equal to, if you have a tangent pull, we will get angle. Or if you have a scientific calculator, you can check. Then this theta will be, what is that? 40 degree.
See, you may have a doubt here. Why are taken T2 here? Previously I have taken total string T1. See, reason, when it is straight like this, T1 only acts. T only acts. Right? Newton's second law, third law, T is equal to mg. mg develops the tension. No problem here. If I pull this, what happens? I am disturbing this tension. So that here one tension will develop and here another tension will develop. These two tensions will not be equal. If there is no disturbance, if we do not apply any force, then it is uniform, no problem. Here we are applying here this one. Right? So what happened? In this above portion, one tension will develop, below portion another tension will develop. Right? So in this below portion, due to this mass, tension will develop T2. Right? Due to this force, tension developed here. This tension disturbed. That's why I taken T1. So T2 acts up due to mg. Right? T2 mg. To encounter T2, this T2 will act downwards. What is the net force in this string now? This T2 will be balance each other. Understand? So that's why when T2 acts downwards. Once you practice these questions, you will come to know. Right? So now I have drawn free body diagram. We got the angle. So all the forces, we make it x and y direction. Whatever, how many forces acts, that's no problem. But all the forces, if we make it into along x direction, we resolve into along x direction and y direction. If already forces are in along x and y direction, that we do not disturb. forces which are not acting along x and y direction, that we resolve into along x direction and y direction. We will see the total forces, net forces along x direction and net forces along y direction. If the object not accelerates, if it is at rest, all equations we make it equal to 0. If not, we will make it equal to ma. Understand? In which situations we will equal to ma, that we will see mass into acceleration, we will see in problems. Right? I hope you understand this. If not, please read the textbook. It's given in the textbook, clear solution. I hope I explained clearly. If not, you can ask the doubt. This is very, very important to solve the problems. Next, common forces in mechanics. Okay. So, what is mechanics?
These are what we are studying. So, study about force. Clear. Kinematics, study about velocities, displacement, accelerations. And mechanics, of course, actually kinematics and dynamics comes under mechanics. Understand? So, study of mechanics is study of velocities, forces, accelerations, all.
Clear. Now, common forces in mechanics. Clear? So all common forces, gravitational force, this is common everywhere. This we don't talk here. Due to these common forces, due to these gravitational forces, some forces will arise. So all the other forces common in the mechanics are contact forces. Other than gravitational force, what is that? Contact forces. Here, contact forces, these forces develop due to contact between solid object or solids and liquids, fluids. Okay? Clear? For example, suppose this is a table. If you place the object on this, clear? So this table and object in contact, bottom surface of the object in contact with the table surface. Am I correct? Now, weight acts downwards. Always weight acts towards the center. So this is mg. Am I correct or not? So force is acting downwards. Is bookish or is object going down? No. Object is at rest. Clear? Am I correct? So some other force is balancing this mg. Right? That is N, normal reaction. Now effect of normal reaction on the mg is 0. That's why object is at rest. So N minus mg is equal to 0. Am I correct or not? Clear? So N is equal to mg. Why I written minus instead of plus? Mg, N I am taking upwards, positive, mg downwards. Clear? So N is equal to mg. This normal reaction, how, why it is acting, how it is arised, where it is acting. Normal reaction is always act perpendicular to the contact surface. So this is normal reaction is one contact force. Understand? So normal reaction is always this normal reaction N repels the normal reaction. This is always acts perpendicular to the contact surface. Clear? So normal reaction, the component of contact force normal to the surface is a contact in contact is called normal reaction. The component of contact force normal to the surface in contact is called normal reaction. Okay. Next. So when body, it is exactly placed like this. Suppose if the surface here, contact surface is what? Horizontal. Suppose if contact surface inclined like this. This is horizontal surface. We have a contact surface like this. Like, see, this is horizontal surface. This is horizontal surface. Now chalk piece resting on this, right? I will give you an example. Okay, take a key like this, right? Now it is at rest. Now I am making surface. See this contact surface. I am making like this. Understand? This one. This is the figure situation. Previously horizontal. Now it is inclined. So this is called inclined surface. Clear? So on inclined surface, what is the normal projection? So on inclined surface, object will be like this. Am I correct or not? This m is the mass of the object. So m is the mass of the object. So normal reaction acts according to definition perpendicular to the contact surface. And another force is what? Mg acts downwards. Okay? Clear? Here object slides down. Understand? Object will not move along normal reaction direction. Clear? What does it mean? Along this direction it is balanced. So what is the component which is balancing here? So draw one line, right? If inclined angle is theta, this angle also theta. Clear? Sir, this is mg. mg acting downwards. So this component is what? mg cos theta. And this is, and another component acts along the inclined surface. This is mg sin theta. Reason, theta subtended side is cos theta, other side is sin theta. How this will become theta? See here. This is inclined plane, angle theta. I have drawn dotted line like this. Am I correct or not? This is. If this is theta, this angle also theta. How? See, if you draw this line straight, what will happen? This will become 90. This dotted line and inclined surface, what? How they are? 90 degree. Come to this right angle triangle. This is theta. This is 90. This will be 90 minus theta. It is very important to understand. Right, this dotted line, this one. Okay, this is mg. This I taken theta, right? If this is theta, this we drawn straight. This is 90. Clear? This dotted line inclined surface. This dotted line inclined surface is, what is that? Angle 90, right? Clear? Now this is theta 90. This angle is 90 minus theta. But this dotted line and inclined plane. This inclined plane and dotted line, how they are? How they are? 90 degree. This angle between inclined surface and this one is 90 minus theta. What would be this? This will be theta. Then 90 minus theta plus theta, 90. That's why whatever the angle subtended here, same angle is suspended here. Clear? So the along this, if this take it as a mg, along dotted line, what is the component? Mg cos theta, this one, and this is mg, and another component is like this. This is mg sin theta. But mg cos theta is exactly opposite to n. So on inclined plane, normal reaction is equal to mg cos theta. Now it is a component which is perpendicular to the contact surface, right? So remember, always normal reaction acts perpendicular to the contact surface, not perpendicular to the mg. Understand? So mg is always acts downwards due to contact. Actually, how this normal reaction comes into play when two objects are in contact. So here the contact is exactly horizontal, right? Am I correct or not? We placed it's resting on the horizontal surface. So n is equal to mg. But it's a different situation. Surface is like this. So but mg will not act in this direction, downwards. That's why we cannot equate n is equal to mg. See, the situations are different. So some component of mg balances n. So n is equal to mg cos theta. On inclined surface, mg cos theta. On plane surface, n is equal to mg. This is one kind of contact force. Another contact force is friction. Another contact force is friction. That we will have a separate discussion. I don't discuss in this case. First contact force is normal reaction. Another contact force is friction. Next common force is tension. What is this? Tension. Tension in the string. Already we have seen in the problem. Am I correct or not? Tension. This force develops in strings. Suppose an object suspended using a thread or wire or a string. This is mass m. Then what will happen? Mg acts downwards. Tension will develop. Okay. So T. This is T. T is equal to mg. What we are talking common force. Another force is spring force. This is the spring. Okay. When spring force develops, if we elongate or if we compress. Suppose if we compress, then what will happen? It will be this same spring compressed. So how do we compress? By applying the force at both ends. Clear? So, but spring, this is externally applied. Spring force acts opposite in direction. So, compressed. We are not talking about how we are compressing. What is the force developed in the spring we are talking. So, this is which is acts out. Clear? But compression inside. Where it was? Compression. Its length decreased. Clear? So, displacement is in this direction. Let us say x. And the force develops in the spring opposite to the displacement. Suppose if you elongate, now spring is elongated. Spring will become like this. When we elongate the spring, the force developed in the spring acts inwards into the spring. But elongation is outwards. In this case also, force and displacements are in opposite direction. So the force developed in the spring is depend on x. Means depend on compression, more force develops. More elongation, more force develops in the spring. So these two are directly proportional. F is directly proportional to x. This we will write F is equal to minus kx. K is called spring constant. X is minus why we take a minus? Because F force developed in the spring, elongation in spring or compression in spring, both are clear. Displacement in the spring and force develops in the spring are opposite in direction. They are act opposite to each other. Displacement in the sense here compression or elongation. The relation of the formula. I mean compression force or elongation force in the spring relation is F is equal to minus kx. K is called force constant. They will give the value of the spring in the question, don't worry. So these are the common forces. One is contact force, normal reaction, friction. Another one is another type of contact force, common force is tension, and this one is spring force. Spring force. And another one is in contact forces, that is buoyancy force. Suppose if you jump into the swimming pool, into water, how? As soon as you jump into the water, as soon as you move into the water, as you move in deep, what happens? The water will apply the force on you. That is called buoyancy force. So, if we do not enter into the water, we do not experience the water, that thrust we call it as our buoyancy force. So, once we are in contact with the fluid, then fluid apply the force. That is one kind of contact force. So, we have a separate lesson, fluid mechanics, or properties of fluids is there. In that chapter, we will discuss detail why it is developed, how it is developed, what is the formula. That all we will see in that lesson. Till then, don't think about that fluid forces. Clear? Okay, contact of solids and liquids. Come to this point. Contact force, normal reaction, spring force, buoyancy force. Another common force is tension and spring forces. I have given formulas, right? So keep these formulas in your mind. This is very important to solve the problems. So in this video, expect in the competitive examinations. These are very important.